Hello YouTube, it's Grasp PHP here, and in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to connect to a MySQL database. So as you can see here, I've got PHP open. I've created a database called test, just for us to try and connect to, and then a table within that database called test, and then we've got my server running up here. So I'm going to go into my favourite text editor, which is context, and we're going to start the PHP opening and closing tags. First we need to connect to the server, and then after that we need to connect to the database, if I could spell it. So it's useful doing it in this order, because if you have multiple databases that reside on one server, you only need to connect to the MySQL server once and you can open up multiple database connections. So to connect to the server, MySQL provides this PHP provides this very simple function called MySQL connect. It's just MySQL_connect. Obviously we need to put some conditions in those brackets. I'm going to say afterwards or die, so we can get an error message if it doesn't manage to connect. I'm going to make up the error message quickly, which will be server connection failed. It's not essential to do that or die statement, but I would. So inside our function here, we need to tell the PHP statement what server to connect to, and where it is, and the password. So to do this, we need to type one set of double quotes. This needs to have our MySQL host in it, so mine's just localhost. But if you're using something like GoDaddy, because I use GoDaddy a lot, it'll be like whatever.secureserver.net/ blah 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 blah. So you put the address. It can either be the IP address or the domain of your server in there. Then you need to type the username, which is root for me. The username to connect to PHP and then the password in here, which is just nothing for me. One thing to be wary of is if you do type a password in here, it doesn't show up in like the dots, so anyone can see what your password is. That's just one thing to note about this, so if people open your script up, they can see the password. So basically what this line of code is telling it to do is connect to the MySQL database, which resides at localhost, which is my current machine, with the username root and the password of nothing, or kill the script, so don't execute anything else, and give a message to the user saying the server connection failed. So we're just going to see what this looks like in the browser. If it's worked, we should just see a blank page with nothing on it. Whereas if it hasn't worked, we should see this error message given out here. Now, as you can see, we've got a blank page with nothing on it here, so the connection obviously did work. If we just screw this up a little bit and then save it, we should see that it didn't connect. Yep, see? Server connection failed. That's our error message there. So let's put this back to how it was, localhost. Next up, we need to connect to the database. By the way, these lines here, if you put two forward slashes on a line, it discards the rest of the line as a comment. So these are just comments that I'm putting in here. But our next line is going to be MySQL select DB to select the database that resides on the server. We're going to do the same thing or die, which is all kill the script, don't execute anything else, and give out the error message that we choose, which will be database could not be found. And within this function we've got to specify the name of our database, which is test. So this line's saying we've already connected to the MySQL server here, so it's now saying select the database on that server, which is this name here, which I put test, or kill the script and say that the database could not be found. So if we save that and then refresh my page, if nothing comes up, if we just see a blank page, then the connection has been successful. If we get an error message, and then we know we've done something wrong. So if we refresh, we get a blank page, so the connection to the server and the database has been successful. Now I recommend you putting these or die statements afterwards. They're very easy. Say if something went wrong with your code, like if you accidentally put test and then accidentally spelt the name of your database wrong or something, if you go back in the browser you'll see exactly what you've done wrong, and it'll give you an error message which is database could not be found, which is the error message I got here. But if I change that to the name of an actual database that is on my server and save it, and we refresh again, we should get a blank page. Yep, because it's found the database. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.